morning. It is day 16, I believe. We have 9.1 miles to Lyell Pass, where we're going to reconvene. Then we're going to go to Donohue Pass, and then we're going to just cruise down into Twonley Meadow area for our campsite. So we have about 21 miles or something like that today. So good night's sleep. I think everybody's a little bit dehydrated. Chris said he didn't need to get up once. I got up twice, but I was powering stuff down. But I got a little bit of a headache. I think it's just because I got to go to make a nature call. But so anyway, so that's our lake right here. It's a beautiful lake. So we're gonna be going up and down until we hit Donohue Pass, and then it'll be all down, all down. So I heard a couple huge wind, like moving through the kind of the trees. Didn't really hit the camp this morning. I think that's just when the sun was kind of coming up, and it was, the air always moves when the sun hits it. So it's a super nice. My breakfast, complete cookie, baby. Yeah, these things weigh a ton. I got 3 of them. I don't know what I was thinking, man. They weigh a ton, but they're super tasty. So, all right, so that's about it for this morning. Nothing crazy happened last night or anything like that. Everything's really calm. So Chad busted out of here really early, and then Chris and I had to do my Leuco tape, that athletic tape. I stick it to wax paper so it's easy to get off and everything. But it was too stuck to the wax tape, so I was ripping up my wax tape. I'm like, crap, because I wanted to put another little thing around my toe just to make sure that didn't cause any problems. So I just used a regular bandage for that. So that should be okay today. If not, I know Chris has a bunch of that Leuco tape. So I'm trying to be quiet because there's people camped all around here. So you can see the water. This is the outlet right here. There's no water in the outlet here, so it's definitely getting to be a little later season right now. All right. Oh, you can see check this out. Yeah, we're gonna get like just epic views today on some of these lakes. We're going up and down because we're going down to these lakes and up to the next lakes. That's why there's a lot of that. Okay, all right, hike on. So that's the final shot of our lake. That's about where we came into, just in the middle there. The sun is lighting up the high mountains. We should get some just incredible pictures of the minarets here today. So we're starting to get some views. These are not the really sharp ones. I think they're around the corner. But those are kind of lit up nicely. Good way to start the morning. So I'm out of the lake right now. Going down probably to the next lake. My gas is down there. So really dropping in. You can see there's a giant cliff here. So clearly we are literally dropping in. Here's the next lake. This is a gorgeous lake. That would have been the best camp out, but and we're just not going to make that last night. And you can see the lake down here. Get a really good shot when we get down there. I mean, it's going like right up against this rock wall here. These lakes are so special because each of them are like tucked in this big bowl, and it's just surrounded by these granite walls and stuff. I'm starting to get a little better of a picture of the lake there. Well, I'm continuing to drop to this lake, and I'm well below 9,000 feet now, so I'm below the lake already that we were at earlier. So, and I still have a ways to go. The switchbacks are pretty good. The ground's still super dusty. I don't know if you can see the water through that, but the lake is right there. It's just taking a while to get there because it's such a steep incline to get there. It's a beautiful morning. It's really silent. You can just tell there's the sun, the mountains behind the trees right here. It's something. We're arriving at the lake, and some Yahoo broke the sign off. Even in the middle of nowhere. Still happens. But this is what we're looking at. Still above the lake. So that's looking out kind of toward the east. And these mountains are still covered by the trees right now. But here's more of the lake. See the top of the lake by looking at the water. See fish jumping there. I don't know if there's anybody at this lake. Wow. So I just checked. This is called Shadow Lake. And the trail will get a little closer to it. I mean, it's pretty close, but I'm gonna probably want to get some water here. Man, this is just incredible. I mean, what a beautiful lake. I mean, look at this. Oh, there we go. Well, I didn't want to, but I needed to get some water, and I'm really glad I came down here. I mean, the trail's right next to this, but still to come down here. So this is the shoreline right here. I mean, there are no ripples except the ripples I just made in the water. I got water right here. I couldn't even tell where the water was when I got up to the shore, looking over the rock. This is, I'd say, one of the best views we've ever had on the trip. So this is the stream flowing into Shadow Lake. The next lake is Garnet Lake. So I grabbed a whole liter of water. I wasn't sure how much water was going to be in the stream. Clearly, I underestimated. So I'm going to dump half a liter of water. I wanted a liter to make my Celsius, but I still haven't finished my coffee yet. So yeah, that's a lot of water, and we're going to be crossing that. So here we go, John Muir Trail. Agnew Meadows down here. Oh, cool. Okay, here we go. I'm below, I'm like 8,700 feet right now. It's ridiculous. The elevation we dropped. So we're gonna have to go up over 10,000 a couple times today, up and down. So I have a lot of uphill to do here. Guys are in front of me, they're crushing it. I've taken a lot of pictures. Batteries already relatively low. That's a bummer. So I'm gonna have to be careful on videos today because we have a lot of really cool stuff coming up, I think. Just started up the climb pretty much, and there's a huge amount of water, and it's super pretty stream. And this stream is just so beautiful. I'm gonna have to stop videoing this, but I just, I want to remember that coming out of Shadow Lake is just one of the most amazing streams in the Sierras. It's like this basalt rock. It's the base of it. And it's just waterfall after waterfall. Going down the road. All right, so here's down the valley. So it's been kind of frustrating. I've been waiting to get a picture of everything here. This is the best I have so far. So remember when we made the turn going kind of to the Reds Meadow Valley? And we looked way, way in the distance. And we saw these crazy looking spires. Well, these are them, called the minarets. And we're gonna hike all around these today, through them. What I really like about that is they seemed like, there's no way we're gonna hike that far. Well, you know, we were halfway there by nighttime. So it just reminds me that, you know, something like that just seems forever far away. There's no way you're gonna reach that. That trail can't possibly go there. Well, we just kept walking and we're here. One little step at a time. Yeah. It's just really amazing. All right, now we're getting up here a little bit. See these mountains a little closer. Now we get a nice little shot of the actual minarets right here. And then some more of these regular looking awesome granite mountains. Let's do a little closer. Do that. Okay. Now look at the walls on those, the craggy little passes. There's probably a glacier or two there. There you go. Check out this big rock. It's like a big bench. Got thrown or something. All right, so I haven't caught up to the guys, of course. About 825, about 9,700 feet. So on my way up to 10. I'm in the trees a lot, so I really can't see what's going on. But I can see some blue up in front of me, so maybe I'm gonna see something here pretty soon. Getting up higher, and you can see some of the high stuff through the trees. Look at that. All right. Do need some water though. I'm almost done with my coffee. I really need to start hydrating, get some Celsius in me. Keep that stoke going. It's really hard with one trekking pole. It's really unfortunate. I can totally feel the lack of rhythm on the uphill. So I just don't have that get up and go. It's all about the rhythm with this hiking. Oh, I just pulled up into this canyon here of black rock. No water going through the little stream here. It's just gorgeous. Look at the little path here. I mean, it looks pretty, but it's full of steps, so we're gonna avoid those at all costs. But that's really pretty. Yeah, it kind of broke out here. It's a whole different area, which is pretty cool. Another scene from Star Trek or something like that. It's like in this abandoned canyon. Maybe a John Wayne film. There's Chris killing it, man. He said me there's a quail or a grouse in the bush here somewhere. Oh, I can see it moving. Yeah. So this is a neat little canyon right here. So we're up at like at 9,900 now. Look at this beautiful, beautiful little meadow right here. Like a robin right there. Yeah, a couple of robins. Looking for tidbits in the ground. This is really cool. Ooh, that looks very volcanic. It's like a blob. Way in the distance. Wow, man, those are, what is that? Way out, we've probably been there, or seen it at least. All right, well, we left that and all that comes with it. And then kind of turn to a whole nother area, which is super high elevation right here. That we're gonna be moving into. Incredible peaks. Some are blocked right here, but look at that. That looks high and rugged. But we're only going to be we're not going to hit 11,000 today, right, for the rest of the trip. So, okay, well, time to go back down. My elevation that I shows probably, 10,035 feet, baby. Okay, time to drop down to go up to 10,000 again, maybe straight ahead. Looks like we're going to drop off the edge of the world right here. See the background moving around like crazy. Let's see what's there. Ooh, man, look at those peaks. That is spectacular, man. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I wonder if this is Garnet Lake. Woo! All right, well, that lake goes way back. Woo! Is this Garnet? Must be Garnet Lake, huh? Now look at the islands in the middle.
Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, baby! You! Hey, Chris is already down there. Look at the lakes, or the islands right there. Oh, that is so beautiful. Well, I just talked to a couple gals that were pretty much just starting their trip. They're going all the way. They started at the Tuolumne Meadow, so not, that's probably how they got a permit. They didn't start at the Yosemite, but they got public transportation from Bishop, they said, to Tuolumne, and then they're starting. So they are stoked, man. They're like, I think they're sisters. I didn't ask them though, but wonderful conversation. They were asking all sorts of questions, you know. So it was pretty cool. I said, "Well, what was the best part?" I said, "Well, this lake is one of the most beautiful lakes we've seen on the whole trip, with the mountains behind it and everything." But I said, I think Mather Pass was one of my favorites, and then and Forester, just because, you know, the engineering marvel, and it's just how tough it is and scary to conquer that was pretty good. All right, so here we go, River Trail. It's a story about that. Father, son, and JMT South is that way. We're going this way. So here we go. Chris is right around here somewhere. All right, so it's Garnet Lake on the far east side of the outlet. They have a nice bridge there. I don't remember if that was there or not, but I remember the water was just rushing out of here. Yeah. Man, I don't think I could get enough of this picture right here. Wow. There we go. All right, well, we're Garnet Lake. These folks up here. Luckily, this isn't a snowfield here. Let's walk right up the trail. So Toby, the gal from Houston, said, "Hey," when I was getting water, she's like, "What are you doing behind us? I thought you killed it." And she says, "No, man, I was at that lake below where you guys at. Was it Miriam or Rosalind?" Hold on. So, yeah, she was like, how'd you guys get out of there so fast, you know? Because obviously she didn't catch us or pass us the whole day, which was kind of surprising. We thought that she would somehow pass us or just we bypassed Red's Meadow, and she didn't. So, but she says, oh, that was a heck of a hike. I said, yeah, that was probably the hardest hike the entire trip for me. It was this long, it was super hot and sandy. I mean, it just wasn't fun at all. So she was just like, she's like, oh yeah, that was horrible. So anyways, so who knows, she might actually pass us up, catch up with us, whatever, hike with us. She might camp with us tonight again too. Very pleasant lady. So her husband's gonna meet her at Tuolumne Meadow. They're gonna tour around a little bit, hike a little bit. And then they're gonna do like Half Dome and some other stuff. She's gonna, you know, finish the hike. So that's pretty cool. They really planned this out well. The guys are gonna be really surprised when I tell them that Toby saw me at the bridge. They're gonna be like, what? So we're getting up here again. I'm at 9,900, probably 10,000 feet. Oh, so you can see Garnet there. And then some of the minarets there. Look at that pass, or that just snow line area up there. That looks so cool. I wonder what that's all about. Whether it's the back of that or it's just like, you know, that's just the next thing beyond it. It's hard to tell. All right, we're climbing up here to 10,000 something again. All right, I just talked to like 4 older guys. They're just doing a hike. I don't know exactly where they're going. They were going south though. They were just pelting me with questions and stuff. It's pretty funny. Figured they were a little younger than me. They had traditional packs, so they looked pretty worked. But so I'm up to 10,000 feet once again, and we're gonna drop down once again. I think the next time I do this, we're gonna hit Island Pass. So this is quite an interesting day, but I'm pretty stoked at how fast we go back up to 10,000. I think that's a testament of like 16 days on the trail and just a couple days worth of food. I actually have probably a couple days worth of food. I just couldn't resist those complete cookies and all that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna have some tasty Spam for lunch. Oh yeah, good times. We'll drop it into another lake. It's not there, that's towards Red's Meadows. Gosh, look at those peaks, man. Those are some seriously cool looking peaks. Oh, there's a nice trail marker, a little tradition. There's the, I think this is a lake me and Gabrielle camped up. And there was some big old snow against the side and everything. It was pretty cool. But yeah, it's a beautiful lake. The lake's right up against the wall of the rocks right there. That cool. Look at that. Right up against there. Yeah. All right, just pulling off the trail for a second so we get a view of this lake. This is an amazing lake, man. So we camped up there. So there was a giant snow thing that went into the water there. Like if you got on that thing, you would like die. You slipped. So that's really cool. Look at this. So yeah, so we camped up there. I don't think the outlet's going right now, and the water is, as you can see, it's just crystal clear. Look at that water. I don't know if you can see in that, but that's clear. Woo! All right, well, one more. I think the next big one is gonna be Island Pass. So I'm looking down at the lake. I'm just wondering if you can see the color of the water here. It's just, you know, green, aqua, blue. It's got it all. It's just so nice. Man, I didn't even notice. I just hiked up out of that lake a little bit and just kind of cruised. Next thing I know, there's this giant lake in front of me. I didn't even see it. I'm not sure what this one's called or the one before, but it's after, Garnet. Oh, that's Chris right there. He's hiking up out. See him on the trail. Where is he? It's hard to see, but he's like right there. Yeah, baby. He's moving. Yeah, this is another just beautiful lake. Look at that. One lake after the other. I think we're going up to Lyell Pass now. I just noticed something at this lake. Look at that. Like a sheer wall right there. Sometimes you gotta look close and you'll see these really odd formations like that. Okay, here we go. So I'm still at the same lake, but I just wanted to show something. I don't know if you can tell, but beyond the initial rocks here, and then you have that, I don't know, that incline behind right there. That's the incline that kept going up from Red's Meadow. And the PCT hikers either have joined us or are going to join us up here, because they didn't do what we did. They kind of hiked that incline and then turned left to meet the JMT here. But yeah, that incline, which we spotted yesterday when we turned to go to Red's Meadows, just keeps going up right there. And that's kind of the backdrop for Mammoth Mountain, and I don't know, perhaps June Mountain as well. Don't know about that. It's just like up a little bit, and we got another lake. I think this could be Thousand Island Lake, which is going to wrap all the way around. It's going to be just so awesome. So this is the outlet of Thousand Island Lake. Clearly the waters can get higher coming out here. We'll get some good pictures of the lake here in just a minute. This is kind of an iconic lake, at least from my perspective. It kind of reminds me of Lake Aloha on the Tahoe Rim Trail, just because it's so big and it's a destination. A lot of people, because the fishing is just, can be incredible here. And it's just so big with an amazing backdrop. There's a lot in common with Lake Aloha. That's how it feels to me. All right. Woo, Thousand Island Lake. Pretty sure.
Thousand Island Lake.
Yeah. So Chris, does this lake remind you of anything? Another lake?
Kind of Star Lake, doesn't it?
Star Lake? I was thinking Lake Aloha.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
It's kind of like, this is kind of an iconic, so is Star Lake, but like an iconic lake. It's a destination, and it's got tons of islands in it which you really can't see yet, but it's got that.
Lake Aloha, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, that big backdrop. Yeah, it's just so cool. Gosh, endless hiking. Woo! Yeah. The water looks really nice.
We're going up over there.
Yeah, I think Lyell Pass is next.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll get another video when I get up higher. But I know I have a good view here, so you can start to see all the islands on the lake. Oh, it's called Thousand Island Lake. All right, so the trail brought me way out on super high. It's like a really nice view of the lake. Now we can see why it's called Thousand Island Lake. Got some good breeze here. Whew. This is so pretty. Kind of the last look at these. See the minarets back there, and the tips of the top there. We're I'm at 10,000 or just under 10,000 right now. And we're gonna go over Island Pass, which I always wonder why they called it that. I'm thinking, well, of course, it's Thousand Island Lake. If you're coming from Yosemite, this is Island Pass is kind of the entryway into this. All right, let's head on and see what we can find. Check this out. Look at the white. This rock. It's like crusted on there, man. Isn't that cool? It's like a big vein of it going through here. We are entering into another area here, clearly. I'm not to Thousand Island Pass yet. There's still a little bit more to go here to the left. Passed a couple ponds. One of them was pretty nice too. I thought it was a lake. You can tell the trail is just kind of crazy. But that's 11:20 and we're over 10,000 feet. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but so Chad got off trail. I don't know if you remember, but back when I looked at the sign and I didn't know whether to go left or right, and I just said, oh, it's at Garnet. I happened to see that on the sign. And I knew we were going to Garnet Lake, but apparently he didn't see that and he didn't check far out until a little bit later. So he was off trail about a mile, so he's pretty far back. So me and Chris are going to meet at Island, which is coming up, and then we're going to have our lunch probably, and then figure out what to do next. All right, me and Chris just had lunch. It's 12:18. We're like at 9. God, I forgot. We're like 9:08. We got to drop at least a couple hundred feet to a stream, and we're going to water up. And then we got to get up just over 11,000 feet. So 10. What is that? 10, 11? Oh, it's like maybe 1,500 feet to the top of Donohue Pass, which is like 4.3 miles from where we're at right now. I don't know how I remembered that, but 4.3, we're at lunch. So we're doing really good. Chad's pretty far back. We're not sure where. Don't know how this is going to go down, but we're basically going to keep going until we get to the campsite. That's our plan right now. That could change, but I think that's what we're planning on doing right now. What we don't want to do is to sit at the pass, for a couple of hours and stroll into camp, which could be like 7 o'clock or something like that, depending upon how Chad's feeling. That's not going to be good for anybody to do that. So this is one of those awkward, weird situations, and just trying to make the best of it. Chad's not in any danger or anything like that. So he said that when he Garmined Chris and said that a ranger is a very inquisitive ranger when he was off trail. So I'm like, that's gonna be interesting to hear what he says about that. I don't know, maybe he was concerned about Chad and was making sure he was okay, or I don't know. Like, what are you doing here? Who knows what was going on? Rangers are usually super cool people, right? They're very helpful. They're not like out to get you, but they are kind of like, they are the sheriffs around here, and they have a lot of authority. So I've never met one that was just like a butthead, though. They've always been incredibly helpful, super knowledgeable about the area that they're working in. So that's kind of the plan right now. We both Chris and I, we just both like zoomed over Island Pass, because I was like, oh great, I'm gonna get separated from him. So I stopped to have lunch, and next thing I know, here comes Chris, and he didn't know that he went over the pass either. So I like, oh good, I don't feel so bad now. So Toby went on ahead. I'm not sure if she's going to be in front of us or behind us, but kind of told her where we're going to camp. And I said, you're welcome to stay with us. So she felt good about that. So we'll see. She also said, this is probably the most important thing of this entire video, that she thinks the restaurant is open for breakfast in Tuolumne Meadows. Aha! Which means we could be having bacon and eggs tomorrow morning, baby. That's going to be really nice. So that's where we are right now. That stream looks a little more than 100 feet below. We're gonna have to drop a little bit. And every foot we drop now, we're gonna have to make up to get to the pass. So, all right, back on. All right. So this is kind of what we're looking at. Of course, you can go ahead, man. This is what we're looking at. So we don't know exactly where we're going to exit. This is like a giant box canyon, but it's super pretty. I think it's probably going to be something like straight ahead here, or it's behind the tree, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be there. That looks like the easiest, and then we take a left around there. There's no way it's going to, I can't imagine it's going to be something like that. And no, it's nothing here. So that's my prediction for what that's worth, which really isn't a whole lot. Let's see what's behind the tree. Could it be, maybe up there, kind of? I don't know. So we got water from a stream just like right behind me, and then here's the big stream right here. This looks like there'd be fish in here. Let's see if I can see any kind of hanging out. I don't see any. That's weird. All right, so we're kind of at the low point. So we have about 1,500 or so feet to climb. In the afternoon, which nobody really likes to do. Oh, fish just jumped. Look at that. There he is. There are fish in there. Didn't do the hoodie dip. There's a pretty good breeze blowing right now, so I don't think I really need that. I just have to work through it. I filled up my water bottle, put a Celsius in there, so that'll get me up through the pass even with one trekking pole. I don't know how to say it, but having a good time. Yeah, going uphill. There's something weird. I must get some dopamine when I start going up these things. So I think it's good. It's like a finish line, kind of. Once I kind of know where I'm going, I can see it. Like I kind of pace myself, so I can finish, coherent and feeling good at the same time. So, yeah. All right, well, here we go. Stay stoked. So this says the Rush Creek Trail to Jim Lake and Silver Lake. Oh, by the way, this is the stream, and it is just beautiful. It's just kind of water falling down. Really pretty. I'm probably gonna leave it here. Or no, I don't know. Anyway, PCT, Pacific Crest Trail, Island Pass, Donohue Pass. So Donohue Pass is the kind of gateway into Yosemite. So that is where we're going. So I imagine there's a stream flowing from Donohue Pass. So, which is going to join the one that we got the water out of there. We just haven't hit it yet. Maybe this is it right here. This is kind of where everything comes together. Not yet. Not much of a stream right here. This is it. In fact, there's no stream. We're already making some great progress. I mean, the valley is like way down there, and I think that was probably Island Pass area right there. So we're going up pretty quick right here. And it looks like we're gonna have some views here. I was just kind of looking across the valley here, and it's like, man, there's some cool looking mountains. I think I just caught a glimpse of a reservoir that I remember a couple years ago. It was kind of weird. Let's see if we can see that coming up. Yeah, look at, there's a reservoir down there. It's dry. Maybe they're not using it right now. Don't know. That's kind of weird. On my tail, man.
Huh?
You're on my tail. So there's a reservoir, and I wonder if way in the distance, if that's the White Mountains, all the way across the valley, because we're up pretty far north now. Very cool mountains coming up right here. All right, here we go. Oh, it must be coming from the Donohue Pass area. It's a lot of water. I just love carrying a liter of water on my back, coming across the stream like this. Oh, lovely trail. All right, we're going up like crazy, and the stream is still right next to us. Now we get a really nice view of these. Look at those. Woo! I don't know what those are called, but they gotta have a name. Rosalie Lakes. Oh, that's not where we're going though. We're going Donohue Pass. I think we have to get across this somehow. Not sure what the trail situation is here. I think I remember passing this. There was like a group of people and kind of like an instructor or something about how to cross streams like this. Me and G just walked right through it. It was so funny. Instead of turning through all the technical stuff, and we're like, just walk through it. Yeah, it's so funny. Dude, look at this, way how clear that is. I saw the fish in there. Yeah, I can see it. I'm sure you can't see them because they're like really brown. Kind of match the background. Look how clear and still the water is. So we need to cross this. It's a pretty cool looking bridge right there. So we are making some serious progress. The question now is, we're not going straight. So do we go over to the left? Is Donohue Pass over there somewhere? Or do we go to the right? Like maybe right there, and that's where the pass is. Or maybe it's somewhere over here. Isn't that wild? It's leading us straight to the middle. So somehow, somewhere, it's going to turn left or right. All right, so we're going this way right now. The big rock thing we were headed toward is right there. So we've gone to the right so far. It looks like kind of a low point, so maybe it's right up here. Don't quite know yet. Whew. It's a good afternoon though, man. I'm feeling it. We're getting up there. Woo! Yeah. All right, well, it looks like we're going to the right of the blob here. Not the end of the story yet, though. Got some options here. We have right in front of us here, we can kind of see. And then, whoops, sorry about that. And then we have this right here. Looks kind of interesting. Somewhere in there. Whew. Tricky pass, isn't it? All right, the journey continues. Nice, pretty path there. Where are we going? Here or here? Streams are pretty dry, so I usually hike on the path on either side. It's a lot smoother than hiking on the rocks. It's nice when they put the rocks flat like this. Sometimes they make them pointy. It's almost like they're saying, we don't want you to hike on them. It's really nice when they're flat. Up here, or to the right. Oh, now it looks like we can almost see where it might be possibly on the left. Oh, not quite. There's some trees there, so check back. All right, well, we're coming up to another T here. We can either go up there or we can go like over here. Well, let's keep hiking and find out. Whew. The time and elevation, it is 1:54. It's almost 2 o'clock. We are at 10,320. So we need to get about another 700 feet to hit that 11,000 for the pass. All right, here we go. Man, this is crazy. I mean, look, we're like almost right in front of this big blob right here. We don't know which way we're gonna go yet. It's either gonna be up here, which looks pretty daunting, or up there, and that looks pretty daunting. Oh man. All right, here we go. We're still going straight for the blob here. Well, it goes this way here. We could easily switch back up there. Don't know yet. All right, enough fooling around here. We're like right underneath this. We're gonna go right. We're going to work our way left over that. Isn't that crazy? How could I have just gone up one side or the other? Could have to do with snow. I don't know where Chris is. Chris has got to be pretty close. He's been really just killing it today. I got the song in my head though, making up, and I think that's giving me like extra boost. He's got a good rhythm. Wow, this is just a glorious bowl right here. Wow. It's a big basin. Man. Oh, whichever way we go, this is a epic pass in its own. All right, so there's the path I'm going. That's the pass to the right. This is the pass to the left. So it looks like it's going to be this one, but it could just be a big switchback too. You don't know. Okay, here we go. Well, kind of doubt we're going to switch back. And there's some people up there. Ooh, a bunch of people. So this girl just went past me. Big smile on her face. She's coming down. And as she went by, I get this whiff of patchouli, which is like my favorite, I don't know, fragrance. She must have had some patchouli on or something like that. That's pretty cool. Here we go. I was just talking to a guy, an older guy, the big pack. We were talking about trekking poles and trails. He said, yeah, he said, it's really good that we're all on the same trail here because for erosion control. I said, yeah, it's good to have all that erosion in one spot, huh? Kind of looked at me and I'm thinking, look at this. Are you going to control the erosion here? But I suggested that, in the wintertime, this bowl is all full of snow. And so a trail that's more likely to be free of snow is going to be kind of what we're doing. So, that is the White Mountains way in the distance. Wow. All right, here we go. We're getting up here. All right, we're getting up here. Starting to get into kind of a different kind of backpacker now. It's more of the kind of the weekend backpacker. You can just tell. It's like the stoke isn't there. There's a lot of pain. Everything's clean. It's just, you can feel it. It's different. This, the end of a trip like this, once we cross this pass, we're kind of basically, it's the beginning of the end. For me, it's kind of hard. It's not coming back to reality. It's just like a decrease in the stoke of life. And you just see it and you feel it in the presence of the people. But I'm super glad everybody's out here though. Well, I'm not here yet, almost at the top. Had a pretty long conversation, delightful conversation with 3 gals that are doing the JMT, attempting it again. 5 years ago, a fire, they had to go off trail. And these ladies were stoked, man. And I told them, I said, I've seen a lot of gals in their 30s, but I haven't seen ladies that are older than that. And they're like, well, how old do you think we are? I said, well, I'm 62. And they said, well, I'm 66. I said, all right. So they said they saw like 6 bears the last few days. Mama with cubs and 2 sets like that. I'm like, great. So they're delightful. So they're on it. They're on their way to Whitney. They got traditional packs, so they're carrying a lot of weight. But these ladies are they look pretty tough. I'm pretty sure they're going to make it. So that was a great way to kind of work my way up the last pass. All right, well, I still have a little ways to go, but I'm really close. Here we go. One thing I just thought the last couple days, there used to be cairns, like the stack of rocks, and then you look for the next cairn, and then you would just kind of find your way and you look for the trail and you do that. But you know what? I have not seen one cairn on this trail. And I wonder if they've kind of fallen out of favor. And instead, the deal is that they want people to stay on this like a single track. So they build it up like a kind of a freeway, a lot of stones and rocks and everything. And then I bet you they tore down all the cairns. What made me think about it is this trail in particular is really hard to follow in some areas. And cairns would have been a great way to see the ends of the switchbacks. But they don't exist. And when we did this trail a couple years ago, when the snow year, we simply could not find the trail. So we just kind of made our way up here. And if we had cairns, it would have been really straightforward. It's more of a range finding kind of thing, where you make your own path, but you're on the right path. So a different philosophy for sure. But it's kind of sad because those cairns really gave you some good advice, good reckoning, I guess. So I'm really close, and just noticed that clearly, hold on. Just gotta turn around. I'm not quite there yet. Gosh, I can't zoom in. What's the deal? Oh, I am zoomed in. You can see there's a ski area down there. My guess that is June Mountain. And then way in the distance, you see that white mountain? It's kind of over here. I wonder if that's what's called White Mountain. There's a whole nother range right there I've never hiked on at all, but I've read about it before. So that's really interesting. Chris is going to be pretty close behind me here. I've been taking a lot of time talking and videoing, so I expect he's going to come out pretty quick. I'm going to need to charge my camera. Now, I don't know if you can see that reflection way in the distance. I bet you that's Mammoth Mountain right there. I mean, we're seeing some activity there. Woo! All right, so I think I just got to get up there, which is actually not as close as you might think. Woo! Getting close. Super close, man. It's good. Wind's coming up. Looks really raw and gnarly. It's imminent. Here we go. Signpost. Something about Yosemite up here. Different jurisdiction. All that kind of stuff. Woo! All right, so we're leaving this world. Chris is right behind me. He caught up. I'm just talking and chatting it up. So, and here's the new world that we're stepping into right here. Woo! Oh, we'll see more when we go over the edge here. Woo! All right, here we go. It's land of wilderness. Woohoo! You! Last pass of the trip. Last pass of the trip. Yeah, Chris was like right behind me, man, and limited battery, but we're gonna make it work. Last pass of the trip. Come on down and let's see what the bears have to say. Here. I think I'm kind of on it, but
Yeah, those stuff kind of follow coming up too.
yeah, here we go. Look at the paper.
Right.
Yeah. All right, here we go. That's the valley we're headed down right there. No clouds. We're just gonna be cruising. That's it right there. Woo! Look at those mountains. Well, this trail is constructed like a freeway, man. Look at that. We'll see the joys of hiking down this trail here. There you go. Yeah.
All these stairs.
Talk about a knee killer. Yeah. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, they spend, oh, there's a little guy. Whew. They spend a lot of effort trail maintenance. There's some new work they've been doing on this. I can't tell if they're using dynamite or not because they have all sorts of like holes drilled, you know, like perfectly like 6 inches apart or something like that, but I don't see the blast. So maybe they have some other way of splitting granite rock. Don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So we're kind of coming around. Nice little Pond Lake, super clear water. Oh, look at that. Whew. Little bridge there, and then I guess we're gonna somehow go around it. Oh, these people are hiking up. Maybe go around the other side. There must be a cliff or something there. Otherwise, that would be stupid. There's Chris dropping into the valley. Whew. There he goes. So just about ready to drop in. Really nice stream. There's got to be glaciers back there. I'm going to say goodbye to this, but there's some amazing scenery to come. That's for sure. So this is why we didn't go down that trail. We had to go up and around. All right. Here we go. Oh, this is like the fourth stream coming into this. It's going to flow into the valley right here. So that's the start of the Tuolumne River, I would think. And all the other streams that flow into it. That's really gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that. Woo! Look what we found ourselves in. Look at that. Alright, we're going to keep dropping down. The valley goes way down there. Catch a little glimpse of the meadow down there. That's where we're headed. So. All right, so crossing the big stream here, it looks like. Nice bridge. Wow, cement. That's the first cement we've seen here. Yeah. All right, here we go. We have a couple more miles to go, then we're gonna start looking for campsites. So, I figure about somewhere around 5:15 we're gonna stop. And that'll put us in, I think, 9 miles from the store. And that'll put us probably around 18, 19 miles to tomorrow's campsite, which will leave us 11 miles to drop into Yosemite. So everything's fitting together. We just got to find a campsite we can see the trail, all that kind of stuff, and we'll be good. Well, we are just dropping like crazy. We're still like at 9,500 or something like that. So, and you can see the main meadow is way down below us. So this is just a series of steps and cobblestone paths and all sorts of stuff. This is actually what it looks like when it's really good. Yeah, we need to get down so the train changes so we'll start looking for campsites. I don't remember any of this stuff at all. All I remember is walking on the meadow and like, man, I am so tired, I want to stop. That's what I really remember. But we got a ways down here. But it's 4:48 and let's see, my watch says we're at 8,900 feet. So, man, it's incredible the steepness and the number of stairs and cobblestone and all that kind of stuff for this trail. It's weird. I don't remember any of that coming down here. What I remember is the flat and being super tired. So it looks like we may be getting to the flat here, which is important because within the next half hour, we really need to find a campsite. So I'm going to check our mile marker and see where we're at here. But looks like I see meadow in front of me. Thank the Lord for that. Not only for myself, but for Chad and for Chris and what's your name? Also may join us tonight as well. Whew, here we are. All right. Here we go. Here's where you can start cruising. So I'm gonna wait for Chris here. All right, now we're breaking out into the meadow. So the camping spots are just gonna start coming up here. You can see there's spots down here, and it's just really pretty. And might even spot a bear. Hopefully not like right next to us on this whole area here. Woo! This is what's great about this area. Not what we just went down. That was horrendous, man. I don't know how to describe that. All right, it's 5:22. Me and Chris made it. We're texting Chad, or messaging him with the exact coordinates. We're at 8,872 according to the Garmin right here. So we got an epic spot right here. There's a little part of the stream right next to us. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna actually take my bear can, set it next to the trail so Chad can see it. I don't see how you can miss a bear can if you're looking for something like that. So we're gonna give that a try. Check-in's going on, and I'm feeling pretty good. Are you feeling good, Chris?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, I feel better, a lot better than I did yesterday.
Yeah.
I sure do. So, but I'm still probably on the high that we're actually here. So I'll probably, the letdown will happen soon. So we have this little stream that's right next to, I don't know if that's the main river or not, or stream or not. It may be actually, but so if we would have gone a little bit further, we would just be looking over the main meadow. But the meadow's just like right out there. There's camp spots like all over up there. That's pretty cool. I mean, this is just really nice. All right, so it is dinner time. I'm having top ramen, and that is a Milky Way. Whoa, Milky Way bar. Uh-oh, hold on. I'm about ready for that. What are you having tonight?
It looks like it's going to be that white bean chicken chili or something.
Woo. All right.
Gonna be hearing that all the way down the trail tomorrow.
Yeah, we know that means things are working the way they're supposed to.
Yep.
Hey, good evening. It's day 16. You might be wondering how come there's only 2 of us. What to tell them? We abandoned.
Our fearless leader, our chief lead navigator, made a wrong turn early this morning and went a mile out of the way.
Yeah.
So he had to turn around and come a mile back.
Yeah.
Put him solid probably hour and a half behind us.
Yeah, so that was at the beginning of the day. So we didn't even meet at Island Pass. In fact, both of us missed Island Pass because I didn't know it was a pass. I think it was where those girls were hanging out. There were like these 4 girls hanging out. I think that was it. But I was talking to them, and then I just left. I think that was the pass, but I don't
Maybe.
know.
I don't even know.
I don't even know. So
it didn't even look like a pass up there, really.
No.
It was just kind of like a couple hundred feet up, and there you go.
Yeah, I totally felt bad because I knew I passed it, because I'm like, hey, I'm going downhill. I'm like, oh crap, I left Chris up there. And then next thing you know, Chris is coming down. Hey man, yeah. Like we both did the same thing, so I felt.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I felt much better. Yeah.
We were too busy taking pictures of Thousand Island Lake. That place was nice.
That was nice. Yeah, that was pretty amazing. That
cool.
was
the lake that reminded us of a Lake Aloha.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that was pretty cool. Big backdrop and all that kind of stuff. That was fun. So, I feel a lot better tonight than I did yesterday. Did you feel better tonight?
I feel good.
Yeah, but it was hard though.
It was a tough day.
Well, yeah, because we had to go. First, we have to go up, then we had to go down, up. We had to hit 10,000 like 3 times or something.
Yeah, I think we had.
And then we had the big one.
Almost 4,000 of elevation gain, and then like 4,400 of loss.
Yeah.
The coming down, that was tough on the feet and the knees.
The toughest part I think was coming down.
Yeah,
yeah. You saw the video. I was just thinking, man, the trail maintenance to build all that was just. Can you imagine? There's a lot of tax dollars involved in that, I bet. that's what I think of when I see that. So anyways, yeah. All right, so let's get to our, well, yeah, anything else about the day? It was just a beautiful day. It was a great hike. Sunshine wasn't overly hot.
Never saw a cloud, I don't think.
No, and I just talked to all sorts of interesting people. There's more people now, like as we get closer to kind of the trailheads and stuff.
It's funny seeing the people that are just
Oh,
getting
yeah.
started
Yeah.
that still smell good.
Yeah, they smell good. They look really sharp,
Yep.
clean shaven and all that. I look no dirt or dust.
You have no idea what they're in for.
I know. You know what that just reminds me of? It's when I go to a wedding with the young kids, and they're all like, "Oh, this is great." You're like, you have no idea what you signed up for. It's kind of like that. I mean, you'll make it. All right, you can make it, but man, it's gonna be like a hard work, man. You have no idea what you're getting into. Yeah, that just came to me. All right, yeah. So that was pretty. It was a really good day. So, and it's it start for me now, especially tomorrow, and the next day, as we kind of wind. I start thinking about what I'm gonna do when I get home and all that, and I start seeing all the people and everything. They're all smelling good, and it's just like it's just emotionally like difficult. It's not that I'm going to go back to what I was doing because I actually enjoy that. It's just that, I don't know, it's almost like I feel sorry for the people because, they got their hydro flasks and their fluorescent outfits, and they're killing it, kind of thing in their mind. And they just don't know what kind of they're missing. Anyways, I'll probably talk about that more. I think I already have, actually. All right, ready for stats?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, so I have steps. I have 42,962. So we could round that to 43,000.
Ridiculous. Mine, I only have 23,448.
Yeah, you got ripped off, man.
I got screwed.
Yeah, that's not right. Which is where we both have Garmin watches, so I don't know how that can be. It must be settings. It's got to be like your pace settings and stuff. Although it knows what all our Gantt is. You can figure that out. Anyways. Calories, I only have 2,843. So you killed me on that, right?
4,491.
Yeah, man. Dang, that's like not double, but it's getting up there. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's been. Like that. Yeah. Well, the barometer's 30.37, it says. That's pretty good.
That's good.
I know, and
Nice,
we've had like no rain. I was talking to another kind of a young guy that's camped by us, and I told him, I said, yeah, we have no rain, and I said, yeah, but it's really not good. I mean, you got to have some rain in the forest, right? So they're due for some rain. Maybe next week it'll pour. That'll be cool.
It'll probably pour the next 3 weeks.
That'll be good. That'll be great for fire season. All right, so that's today. Oh, did we say how many miles we hiked? It was around 20, right? 20, 21?
21.5.
Yeah. So it was like another 20 miler. Yeah. So I'm really glad we had that Neuron DVR and kind of Reds. Well, no, that wasn't it. That was
just a lunch stop.
That was a stop. We didn't get rest. That didn't count as anything except just a resupply kind of thing.
Yeah, we were only there about an hour.
Yeah,
hour and
we
a
did.
half.
We didn't rest. In fact, that wasn't rest. That was a little stressful. Well, that wasn't that stressful. But what a crazy day when we hiked out of that. But anyway, so tomorrow, what's the total miles we're gonna do tomorrow? Is it like 19 or something like that?
Yeah, I think we're gonna do 19.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to see if we can score some breakfast at the Tuolumne at the restaurant there, and then get a dinner and a couple meals or whatever.
Yeah. We just need a little bit more food to get us.
Just a little bit, just get us another day.
Yeah. And that'll bring us to this like overlook campsite. And you'll see, if we get there, you'll see the pictures of it. It looks like a postcard picture when you get to it. It's so weird looking. But we have to we got to remember to get water before we get there because there's no water at the campsite. And then we drop into Happy Isles and just relax, hopefully.
Yep.
Even though we have to take a shower, we got to go to the post office, got to figure out where to eat, and all that stuff.
All that's easy stuff.
Hope so. I hope we get all that done. I'm sure we will. So, all right. So that's it for day 16. We'll see Chad tomorrow morning. Hopefully, we'll see him at the store right at breakfast, kind of thing.
Yeah, he camped about a mile, 2 miles behind us.
Yeah, he's not that far away. So, but I can totally get that. After walking down those like stairs kind of thing, I can see where I was like, I'm done, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll totally wreck you.
Yeah, so he's had, if we had 21 miles, he might have had another 23 or something like that. He could have
Probably.
easily did that, yeah. And it was hotter in the day too, and he was doing all that stuff, so yeah. All right, so that's it for day 16. We'll see you for day 17 tomorrow.